You might believe that taking magnesium glycinate every night is enough to improve your sleep, relax your mind, and reduce fatigue. But if you still find yourself waking up in the middle of the night, experiencing a racing heartbeat, mental fog, or muscle cramps when getting out of bed, then something may be missing. You're not alone. And the truth is, you haven't done anything wrong. You just haven't been told the full story. While magnesium glycinate is helpful, it doesn't fully support all the key systems in your body, namely the brain, heart, muscles, and digestive system. After age 60, your body processes nutrients differently and often requires several forms of magnesium to function properly. According to research from Harvard University and the USA Institute of Geriatric Nutrition, nearly 80% of adults over 60 absorb only about 1/3 of the magnesium they need despite taking it consistently. The result? Light, disrupted sleep, declining memory, and a body that feels increasingly drained. This video will help you identify 4 science-backed forms of magnesium specifically beneficial for older adults. Avoid 2 common mistakes that may be reducing its effectiveness, and improve your well-being without increasing your dose or switching supplements. So, what kind of magnesium are you currently using? Leave a comment below. How old are you? And what time do you usually wake up at night? I read every message because your sleep deserves to be understood and cared for properly. You might believe that brain fog, that feeling of mental fuzziness, forgetfulness, or difficulty concentrating is just a natural part of getting older. Misplacing your keys, forgetting familiar names, or losing focus mid-conversation often feels like a normal part of life after 60. But what if I told you that these are signs your brain is being starved, not from lack of sleep or general nutrition, but from lacking the right form of magnesium your brain truly needs? Many older adults rely on magnesium glycinate, and that's not wrong. It's gentle, helps with relaxation, improves sleep, and eases stress. But here's the catch: it barely reaches the brain. Glycinate struggles to cross the blood-brain barrier, the body's protective shield around the brain. That means the actual amount of magnesium getting to where it's needed most is extremely low, sometimes negligible. Meanwhile, the brain, already slowing down and more vulnerable with age, begins to weaken further. You start forgetting things more often, lose mental agility, and slowly begin to accept this duller version of yourself as just how it is now. But it doesn't have to be this way. Magnesium L-threonate is a breakthrough specifically designed to penetrate the blood-brain barrier and nourish the brain directly. According to research from MIT and Tsinghua University, L-threonate is one of the few forms of magnesium that can actually raise magnesium levels in the brain. In lab studies, older mice given L-threonate showed remarkable improvements in memory and learning capacity. And human trials are now showing similar potential, especially for older adults with mild cognitive decline. Regaining clarity isn't just about remembering names. It's about restoring confidence, independence, and a part of who you truly are. And the good news is that clarity can be brought back. In the next section, I'll walk you through how to combine L-threonate with glycinate in a safe, effective way without exceeding the recommended dose or overloading your system. I'll also reveal one common mistake that silently blocks magnesium from working properly, even when you're taking the right kind. So, if you've ever had to reread the same sentence multiple times, missed appointments, or felt like your mind just isn't as sharp as it used to be, don't miss what's coming next. Because what your brain has been missing all this time might be exactly what we're about to uncover. If you're still watching and finding this information helpful, leave a 1 in the comments below so I know you're with me. Because your heart deserves proper care. It often begins with the tiniest signals so subtle, most people overlook them. A skipped heartbeat, a brief tightness in the chest, or a random blood pressure spike with no clear reason. But for those over 60, these aren't random reactions. They are quiet cries from the heart, gentle warnings that, if ignored, can lead to serious consequences. You might believe that magnesium glycinate is enough to support your body. After all, it helps you sleep and soothes the nerves. But here's the truth. It does almost nothing for your heart. That's where magnesium taurate comes in. Unlike standard forms, taurate is a combination of magnesium and taurine, an amino acid with profound cardiovascular benefits. It doesn't just relax blood vessels, it also stabilizes heart rhythm, regulates blood pressure, and protects the heart from the silent stress that builds with age. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Hypertension found that taurine supplementation significantly reduced both systolic and diastolic blood pressure, especially in older adults. Another study revealed that combining magnesium with taurine improved vascular function and reduced cardiac stress in just a few weeks. What does this mean for you? A lot. Because many seniors are silently dealing with irregular heartbeat, unexplained fatigue, or fluctuating blood pressure without realizing their heart is being undersupported. Even worse, most common magnesium supplements don't address these issues. They're general purpose, but your aging heart needs a specialist. And magnesium taurate delivers. If you've ever felt breathless climbing stairs, experienced occasional heart palpitation, or felt dizzy when standing up quickly, then your heart may be whispering a message you didn't know to listen for. So the question becomes, how do you take magnesium taurate the right way, especially if you're already using glycinate? We'll unpack that in the next section, because restoring heart health after 60 is not just about numbers or pills, it's about confidence. It's waking up without worry. It's every steady heartbeat helping you feel like yourself again. Have you ever wondered why you constantly feel fatigued even though you eat well, rest on time, and don't have any major health problems? Why, by mid-morning, do you already feel drained? Why do a few steps up the stairs leave you gasping? Why does simply standing up sometimes make you dizzy? This isn't just about aging. It's a sign that your cells are severely lacking in energy, and the silent culprit could be a deficiency in magnesium malate. Unlike glycinate, which primarily supports the nervous system, or taurate, which benefits the heart. Magnesium malate is the only form that's paired with malic acid, a compound that plays a direct role in the body's energy production process, known as the Krebs cycle. Put simply, without enough magnesium malate, your mitochondria, the powerhouses of your cells, cannot function properly. And when these powerhouses start to shut down, the result is weakened muscles, delayed recovery, chronic fatigue, and even unexplained muscle pain. Studies have shown that seniors who took magnesium malate consistently for 6 weeks experienced significant improvements in physical endurance, faster recovery after activity, and noticeable reductions in persistent tiredness, especially among those dealing with post-exercise muscle soreness. You might be taking the right kind of magnesium, but missing the very form your body depends on to get through each day. What's more concerning is that many older adults simply chalk it up to aging. They gradually accept a slower, weaker life, not realizing that a small shift could help restore their natural energy. Remember being able to climb stairs without exhaustion, walk without shortness of breath, or garden without back pain. These aren't luxuries reserved for the young. They're natural results when your muscles receive the energy they need to function properly. In the next section, I'll guide you through how to take magnesium malate correctly without risking overdose, without disrupting your sleep, and how to combine it safely with other magnesium forms if you're already supplementing. Have you ever wondered why, despite eating relatively healthy and exercising regularly, you still often feel bloated, sluggish, or suffer from persistent constipation? Why do dull abdominal cramps, that heavy gut feeling in the morning, or even going to the bathroom just a few times a week become so normal once you're over 60? And more importantly, why hasn't anyone ever told you that? This isn't normal at all. The truth is, your digestive system isn't slowing down just because you're aging. More likely, your body is missing a key form of magnesium that naturally helps clean out your digestive tract, magnesium citrate. Unlike other forms of magnesium that focus on the nervous system, heart, or muscles, magnesium citrate stands out for its ability to draw water into the intestines, soften stools, and gently stimulate bowel movements without the dependency risks of typical laxatives. This is why citrate is commonly used in USA hospitals as part of colonoscopy prep. It's strong, fast-acting, and remarkably safe. Yet sadly, many older adults are living with chronic bloating, hard stools, dry skin, and even bad breath for years, unaware that just one small change like adding 100 milliliters of citrate at the right time can make a noticeable difference in daily comfort and energy. Imagine waking up in the morning with a light, refreshed gut. Breakfast goes down smoothly, with no bloating, no gas, no discomfort. And throughout the day, you feel energized simply because your digestive system is finally working the way it's supposed to. You see, when digestion slows, toxins build up. And when toxins build up, the brain gets foggy, the body gets tired, and even your mood can start to shift. Many seniors mistake this fatigue and lack of motivation as part of aging, but often it's simply a consequence of untreated constipation. If you're still watching and recognize any of these symptoms, leave a comment saying, "I'm improving." So I know you're right here with me on this journey. And don't worry, I'm not stopping here. In the next section, I'll show you how to use magnesium citrate the right way. How much is enough, when to take it, and how to combine it with other forms of magnesium to improve digestion without overdoing it or interfering with the absorption of other nutrients you may already be taking. This isn't a quick fix. It's a smart, sustainable way to restore gut health naturally and safely. If you're still watching and finding this information helpful, drop a 5 in the comments so I know you're right here with me, ready to keep building your health one step at a time. Now imagine this: you wake up, eat a healthy breakfast, your digestion feels smooth, your mind is clear. But then, just a few hours later, you feel drained. Your hands go weak, your heart races for no reason, and you wonder, what did I do wrong? You might assume, maybe I didn't sleep well, or maybe it's just the weather. But in reality, this could be a sign of magnesium taurate deficiency, the one form designed specifically for heart support. After 60, our bodies become more vulnerable to fluid loss and electrolyte imbalance, especially between calcium and magnesium. When calcium levels rise but magnesium can't keep up, your heart may beat faster, your blood pressure may creep up subtly, and your cardiovascular system gets tired without you noticing at first. You might be taking magnesium glycinate for sleep or citrate for digestion, and that's great. But if you've ever felt sudden heart fluttering, occasional spikes in blood pressure, or sharp chest discomfort when stressed, magnesium taurate could be the missing piece. Here's why: taurine, the amino acid paired with magnesium in this form, helps calm your cardiac nervous system, stabilize heart rhythm, and ease internal stress. Together, magnesium and taurine help blood vessels relax and protect the heart from calcium overload, a hidden trigger for cardiac strain. In fact, a study published in Clinical Hypertension showed that people with pre-hypertension experience significant drops in blood pressure after 6 weeks of taurine supplementation without needing medication. Another study from Japan found that combining magnesium and taurine reduced the risk of atrial fibrillation and minor strokes in older adults by up to 32%. And the best part, you don't need a high dose. Just 130 to 150 milliliters of elemental magnesium from Taurate, split throughout the day, is often enough to help the heart stay steady, especially if you deal with stress, insomnia, or have a family history of heart issues. One important note, don't mix this with heart medications, blood pressure pills, or diuretics without talking to your doctor. Taurine can amplify the effects of these drugs, and if you're not careful, you might drop your blood pressure too low. But when used correctly, at the right time, magnesium taurate can be a gentle yet powerful ally for your heart. After 60, it won't feel dramatic, but one day you'll realize walking upstairs doesn't leave you breathless, and your heart finally feels calm again. Imagine the perfect evening. You eat a light dinner at 7 p.m., relax in your recliner, and head to bed by 10. But by midnight, you're awake again, not because of noise, not because of light, simply because you just can't fall back asleep. Sleep comes and goes like an unpredictable guest. The strange part, you've done everything right. Clean eating, gentle walks, no screens before bed. You even take magnesium glycinate every night. So, what's missing? The answer might lie in something so subtle. Most people never even consider it vitamin D3. You might be thinking, what does D3 have to do with sleep? But scientific research reveals a surprising truth. Magnesium can't work effectively without enough vitamin D3, meaning even if you're taking the right form and the right dose of magnesium without enough D3 in your body, it may never fully enter your nerve cells. Think of magnesium as a key designed to unlock calm in your nervous system. But D3 is the hand that lifts that key and guides it to the lock. Without D3, the magnesium just floats around, unable to do its job, unable to trigger the calming brain waves needed for deep, restorative sleep. And here's the concerning part. According to the USA Institute of Geriatric Medicine, over 76% of adults over 60 are deficient in D3, especially during winter, or for those living in nursing homes, managing chronic illness, or avoiding sun exposure. If you're someone who wakes up in the middle of the night despite taking magnesium, it may be time to check your D3 levels either through diet or a recent blood test. Many seniors believe they're simply unlucky sleepers when the truth is they're just missing a crucial piece. The good news, you don't need a high dose or a complete lifestyle overhaul. Just adding 600 to 800 IU of vitamin D3 in the morning, along with your nightly magnesium glycinate, can help your body absorb magnesium more effectively and gently restore your natural sleep rhythm. If you've ever found yourself staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m. tossing and turning until sunrise, then sleeping 6 uninterrupted hours without grogginess or racing thoughts can feel like a priceless gift. Remember, for the young, sleep is instinctive. For older adults, sleep is a treasure. And sometimes, that treasure returns with just one small adjustment. You've almost reached the end of this journey. By now, you know that L-threonate supports memory, taurate is great for the heart, malate boosts physical energy, and citrate helps with digestion. But there's still one big question left. Where do I start? Should I take all of them? Can they even be combined? And if so, How do I do it safely and effectively? It's not a simple question, but if you're still feeling tired, not sleeping well, struggling with digestion, or experiencing memory lapses, then your body might need more than just one kind of magnesium. First, think of your body like a garden that needs care from multiple angles. You can't just water it and ignore the sunlight. You can't fertilize it and forget to tend the soil. And in the same way, taking only magnesium glycinate at night might be leaving out critical pieces your body needs to recover and thrive after detox. So here's the first rule of thumb: identify your personal health priorities. If you're dealing with poor sleep and anxiety, stick with glycinate or consider adding L-threonate to support nighttime brain repair. If you have high blood pressure or irregular heartbeat, then taurate should be on your radar. If you feel sluggish, fatigued, or sore after even light activity, malate might be the missing piece, especially in the morning. And if constipation or bloating is your main issue, a small dose of citrate around 100 ml can often bring surprising relief. But remember this: more isn't always better. The total recommended daily intake for elemental magnesium is about 300 to 400 milligauss depending on your gender, and it's best to spread this amount throughout the day, not all at once. A simple combo many health experts suggest looks like this: malate in the morning for energy, glycinate or threonate at night for sleep, and a touch of citrate after lunch if you're backed up. Taurate is best taken in the morning or early afternoon if your heart needs more support. Don't try to stack everything at once. Start with 1 to 2 types that directly match your symptoms and give it 2 weeks. Listen to your body. Observe the changes. Then and only then consider adding another form. And most importantly, make sure you're not overlooking your vitamin D3 levels. Because even if you're taking the right forms of magnesium, without enough D3, your body simply can't absorb it properly. If you're still unsure which type to begin with, drop a comment below with the symptoms you're facing. I'll read every message and help guide you to a plan that fits your needs best. Think of your body after 60 like a slowing symphony. Sometimes, adjusting just one instrument can bring the entire melody back to life. So tune in and start with the smallest change. So, you've stayed with me through this entire journey exploring the most suitable types of magnesium for those over 60. Together, we've uncovered each missing piece from L-threonate for memory clarity, Taurate for heart rhythm, Malate for daily energy, Citrate for digestion, all the way to the hidden mistakes that might have blocked magnesium from doing its job. And now with this roadmap in your hands, you're no longer navigating your health alone. But before we part ways, I want you to pause for just a moment and remember why you clicked on this video in the first place. Was it the restless nights that never seemed to end, the dull, aching pain in your joints, the brain fog that crept in silently, or simply the feeling of being drained before your day even starts? You're not imagining these things, and you don't have to live with them in silence. What you just did, taking the time to learn about your body, seeking natural solutions, and listening with intention is more than just a smart choice. It's a courageous one. The courage to take control, the courage to care for yourself, not just react to what happens, but to guide what happens next. And if this video helped you understand your body better, if it gave you even one insight, drop a comment below saying, "I'm reclaiming my health." I read every message, and I truly want to know where you are in this journey. If you've tried magnesium before and didn't feel a difference, well, maybe now you know why. And if you're ready to start again, start with confidence. Share this video with a friend or loved one who may be silently struggling. Just one small shift in how they use magnesium could completely change their daily comfort and energy. And finally, if you want to discover which evening foods pair best with magnesium to help you sleep deeper and restore muscle while you rest, don't miss the next video. It might just change how you think about sleep after 60 forever.